Hey everyone, I wanted to walk through the first question in your homework so that you could kind of see how the questions are phrased, and if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, see how simple the assignment can be if you have followed the examples in the textbook and are familiar and walk through them. So in this example, we want to take the sensitivity analysis in example 1.3. So I strongly recommend that you open the sample file and walk through that analysis step by step first before completing this assignment. So now we're going to suppose that the response rate is known to be 8% and create a one-way data table and line chart of profit versus the number mailed, where we vary the number mailed from 80,000 to 150,000 in increments of 10,000. So let's start there, and then this question, does it appear from the results you see here that there is an optimal number to mail from all possible values that maximizes profit? We can answer that once we analyze the data and look at our resulting line chart. So back to the tutorial. I've already set up my increments here from 80,000 to 150,000 going in increments of 10. My response rate is set to 8. And I just used the finished example from 1.3 and basically cleared out the information I didn't need. You could copy it all over by hand, but since the book, it's already provided for you, it kind of makes sense to just start from here since all the calculations are already done. So to make a one-way data table, we are calculating profit. So this is going to be the variable that we calculate that changes depending on the number that's mailed. And to do a one-way data table, just like the instructions say, we're selecting this entire area from A17 to B25. We're going to the Data tab, What If Analysis, Data Table, and all we need is the column input cell because this is a one-way data table, not a two-way data table. And our column input cell is the number mailed. So as we vary the number mailed, how does the calculation for profit change? Hit OK, and it calculates out the values for all of these items for me. Super handy. To create a line chart, now I can just go to Insert. I can come up here and do it this way, or I can go to recommended charts and see if it populates one that I like more. This happens to be the same, so we'll go ahead and insert this, and we can clean this up. You'll need to add a chart title. That's very important so your users know what they're looking at, and in this case I think it's necessary for us to note which axis has profit and which one has number mailed. So I'm going to come over here to quick layout, and I'm going to select a layout that gives me, actually we'll just go to add chart element, and I'm going to add in my axis titles here like this, and this is profit, which is how we want it, profit on the Y, number mailed down below. And then we can fix these. We started from 0. However, if we go down here to format access, we can actually set the minimum to say maybe 75,000. And that will just give us a little bit of a cleaner chart with less empty space. Okay, so we'll start here. With this information, and then we'll go back to our question now. Is there an optimal number to mail that maximizes profit? Based on our findings here, you can see that the more we mail, the higher profit goes, and there doesn't appear to be a point at which it doesn't benefit us to mail out more. So using that information, you can formulate a response to that question. Now let's look at the next question. Now we want to continue our previous problem, but use GoalSeek to find the response rate that allows the company to break even. Then we'll chart those values just like we did in problem 1, and then explain the behavior of that chart. So in this case, I'm just going to show you how to get started. So I started creating my space here to capture my values. For Goalseek, there's no way to do a nice data table where it calculates out everything for us. We have to do this kind of by brute force. So I did it for 100,000. I'm going to do it for 80,000 now so that you can see the process. So I need to change the number mailed first to 80,000, and then I can run my what if. So with Goalseek, we tell it we want to set the profit to 0, the break-even point, by changing the response rate, and we want to know if we mailed 80,000 what that would be. So it calculates out, and we get this value here. So now I'm going to Control-C copy this value. I'm going to right-click on 80,000, and then I'm just going to paste it as text. I'll do this one more time for 90,000 and then leave it up to you guys to finish your table. Goalseek. Oops, sorry, cancel. First, I need to set to 90,000. Okay. Then I can run Goalseek now for this scenario where profit is set to 0 by changing the response rate. And let's see what the response rate is now. Okay. I'm going to paste that value here. Okay, so you can see that something is happening. Until you finish this and plot it, you won't know exactly what this trend is, if it's linear or if it curves or what exactly that looks like. So you won't be able to answer the question until you finish plugging in these values. So you'll have to come back up here, plug in 110,000, run Goalseek again, and just complete this table, and then select your whole table, insert your line chart, and then answer the question.